Yo. I'm just gonna take you through a little bowspring flow. Nothing crazy, breaking down some of the more elemental poses as we go. So let's start. Let's start on seated in hero's pose. So a block is cool. I love blocks, are kind of an awesome thing, and always have one around. So sit on the block. I like it a little higher, and I want you to take your hands to your butt and lift it up so that your sits bones are a little bit so that your sits bones are on the block, glutes lifting upwards and accentuating your lower lumbar moving in. From here, we're just going to get started right away. So gentle press of the top of the foot down, gentle pull back for that low hollow. Arms push forward, fill through the upper back, shoulder blades spread, kind of a couple of seaweed sways from side to side. Ear drops to shoulder, picking up through the opposite ribs. Arms stay in the forward plane, staying full and broad through the upper back. Can you do that while finding a softness in the belly? Hips pull back, ear drops to shoulder, arms push forward, broaden through back heart. Just a couple of these slow opening, soft opening. And then come back through center. Lift the heart, reach the arms forward. Fill through the upper back, and imagine like hands are on all sides of your ribs and expand into them. Arms pushing forward, shoulder blades spread, sweep the hands back into ecstasy. Thumbs to the occipital lobe, hands wrap on either side of the skull, elbows pull forward, and gentle press of the head back into the hand. Open up the throat, open up the belly. From here, top pause, push down and pull back, find a rise, lift up. Can we keep the hips tacked down and back as we begin to gently stretch the ribs away from the hips? So the movement is subtle, nothing too crazy. Lifting up, forearms straight, stretch up to the sky. And then arching over to the right, lift up, arch over right, release right hand, catch outside edge of left thigh. Using the thigh as a little place of resistance, we can stretch deeper into the left side. Hips pull back, open up, elbow reaches up and over. Awesome, and then come back, two hands into ecstasy, cup behind the head. Rise up, lift up through the center line, and arch over to the left. Release your left hand, catch outside edge of right thigh. A little bit of resistance allows you to stretch deeper through the whole right side. Tack the hips back, like so. Lift up through the right ribs, thinking about picking up right under this place underneath your right armpit. Gentle press of the head back into the hand, open up the throat, open up the belly, and then release. Take the block and place it to the side. Two domes down to the mat. Fill through your upper back. So shoulder blades finding a fullness, a spread, soft belly, top of the feet engaged, active, pushing down and pulling back towards the knee. Keeping the hollows in your groins. Cool. And then hands plant down, knees walk back just a little bit. So here, hands as wide as the mat, knees underneath of your hips. Top of the feet, press down, gentle pull back towards the knee. When we do this, we can use this to pull the hips back. Find more hollow in the groin. Right in here, these creases. So instead of like a straight stack, hips over top of the knee, hips pull back, so we have more of a slant quality, more like ski slope. Hands, give them some grip, finding that space right in the center of your palm, like as though there was a little ladybug living under there. Thumb palm and pinky palm pull together, and this place hollows. Grip the hands. Elbows, externally rotate them forward. So tendency has us with our elbow armpits facing forward And we're going to counter that. So elbows externally rotate forward so that the elbow armpits face inwards towards each other. Push the mat away, fill into the upper back, shoulder blades spread. Little chin tuck here feels nice. It allows us to fill more through the upper back into that scruff area just at the top of our neck. And then lift the chin, top of the head reaches forward, hips pull back, lengthen the belly. Lower lumbar moves in, upper back stays so full. Cool. Keeping the heroed ankles, shift the weight to the left, pick up the right knee. Dome right fingertips, dome hand. So check it out, this right knee stays narrowing towards the ground. So it's almost like the heel of the foot lifts up towards the sky. When we do this, it allows us our pelvic floor space to open. So sit the hips back, soften through the belly, hips pull back. These fingers so light, not weight bearing, just using the tip of the nail as a point of contact to push the mat away, fill more through the upper back. Chin stays lifted and the throat stays open. One more full inhale. Exhale, lower down. Left knee lifts out to the side. Keeping the knee narrow and in the side plane. Right top paw pushes down and pulls back. Use that, pull the hips back. Open up the belly, arm pushes strong, fill through the upper back. Left hand, fingertips are so light, just using the tip of the nail as a point of contact to push the mat away, fill into the upper back, shoulder blades spread. Chin stays lifted and the throat stays open. Lower down and switch sides. Switching the weight over to the left, pick up the right. Knee stays narrow and in the side plane. Narrowing the knee allows space for the pelvic floor to open. Sit the hips back, open up the belly some more. Right hand so light on these little dome fingertips, it's like a little spider. So light you could even lift the hand. Try this a couple times, reaching the arm forward, filling through the upper back. If it feels okay, take your hand to the front of your right knee. Hand melts liquid, so instead of a flex hand like this, we melt the hand on top of the knee. Knee pushes into the hand, hand resists. This is an alignment, so when we push the knee into the hand, the hips pull back and the belly opens. Lift the chin. Hero this ankle. That little inner ankle squinch. Keep pushing the mat away. Find a lightness underneath your left armpit. Lower down. Setting up the base first, pushing the mat away, fill through the upper back, shift the weight to the right, pick up the left. Left knee stays narrow. This allows the pelvic floor to open. Sit the hips back, open up the belly some more. Hero this left ankle. Right arm pushes strong. Check out the tendency, this elbow armpit wants to face forward, bring it back to the midline. Left hand so light, play with lifting the hand, reaching the arm forward, filling through the upper back, chin stays lifted. Maybe taking your left hand to the front of left knee. Hand melts liquid, arm goes straight, little push of the knee into the hand, sends the hips back, opens up the belly. And then lower down. And give your butt a little glide from side to side. And then find some barrel rolls with the rib cage. So just big circular motions with the rib cage. And then switch your roll. Cool. We're going to move up into crouching cat. So hands stay as wide as the mat. Arms push strong, fill through the upper back. Finding a fullness, a radiance through the shoulder blades. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees, crouching cat. Feet walk wider. This allows your pelvic floor more space to open while we are learning. Cool. So the stance is quite short so that we can bend into our knees a lot. But we're not just bending into the knees and coming up onto the heels super high like this. We're gonna pull the knees back, pull the heels back. Knees stay bent, heels pull back, more paw on the mat. Hips lift up towards the sky, lower lumbar moves in, and we have a soft open belly. Heart comes forward like a plank. Elbows externally rotate forward so that the elbow armpits face inwards towards each other. Push the mat away, fill through back heart, shoulder blades spread. A super active pose. Pause, push down and out to the side. This engages into the glutes. Heels pull back, heart moves forward, top of the head reaching forward, hips pulling back. Find a couple of bends and extends. Sit the hips back, reach the ribs forward. Keep pushing the mat away, keep finding that fullness through the upper back. How much length can you create between the ribs and the hips? Pause, keep pushing down and out to the side, knees in line with the ankles. And twist your cat to the right. It helps to find an external rotation of the left hand, so just a slight shift of the hand so that the thumb goes to around, let's call it 1 o'clock, 12 or 1 o'clock, yeah. And then we shift our feet and our knees to face the right. Hips sit back towards the heels, left ear drops to left shoulder, pick up through the right ribs, dome your right fingertips. Sit back, hips pull back. Ear cascades to shoulder, lift up the ribs. Thinking about picking up this place right underneath your right armpit. Soften the belly, hips pull back. Lift up. Keep this hand connected. Walk the fingers forward to extend the line that you push up into. Come back through center. Crouching cat. Setting it up nice and strong, arms push the mat away, fill through the upper back. Pause, push down and out to the side, hips lift up as the heels pull back, belly is soft. External rotation of the right hand, twist your cat to the left, toes to the left, knees to the left. Hips sit back towards the heel, right ear drops to right shoulder, lift up through the left ribs. Sit back and lift up, just a bend and extend through the knees. Pause, stay rooted. Ear cascades to shoulder, lifting up this place right underneath your left armpit. Belly softens to the left. Bending and extending, hips pull back, bow the belly left, ear to shoulder, lift ribs. Come back through center. Cat burglar hops, hop forward, hop back. So, teaching us how to hop with lightness, arms push super strong. Fill into the shoulder blades, into the rib cage. Use that as a flotation device. We're going to hop forward, hop back, hop forward, hop back. Land so light with a little spring in the knee. Thinking about landing right in the center of your paw. And like, how quietly can you land going forward and back? Eventually, can you hop with a more open belly? So, big hop, arms strong. Keep the knees low. Hop forward, deep squat. Hips pull back, lift up with an open belly forward. Recovery pose, little bend hands. Paws root down, more weight into the paw. So the feet are hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. When I speak about the paw, the toe pads and mounds are what I'm speaking about. And we can also really pay attention to the big toe. When we tell the big toe what to do, the other toes follow suit like good soldiers. Trying to find a softness in the foot, not a squeezing action of the toes, but more soft. When we just Imagine a big toe is pressing down on a button. That gentle press down allows the other toes to soften. Okay, so more weight in the paw of the foot, maybe even a little baby hover of the heel. Knees push forward and energetically lift up and out. Let's narrow the knees actually. Narrow the knees and take your hands to your groins. When we knock the knees in towards each other, we give our groin space to hollow so we can glide the hips back with more ease and freedom. Hands to the outside of the knees, little baby hover of the heel. Press the knees into the hands. Notice your glutes begin to engage. Hold this engagement, knees in line with the ankles, paws pushing down and out. Lift the heart, arms push forward. Find a fullness through the upper back. Sweep the hands back into ecstasy. Soft lower of the heels, but more weight stays in the paw of the foot. Sit low, hips pull back. Lift up, belly stretch. Couple of bends and extends. Nothing so crazy. Finding that rise, just straight lift up, ribs stretching away from the hips. Paws keep pushing down and out to the side. Head gently presses back into the hands. Keep the throat open, elbows hugging forward. And elbows not out here, but forward like so that the shoulder blades stay spread. We give our thoracic spine all the space it needs to find its source curve. Capacity curve, yeah. Find some stillness. And then we're going to sit low, hips pull back, lift up, arch over to the right. Couple of bends and extends in and out of this. Hips keep pulling back. Paws stay rooted. Opening up through the whole left side. And then big arch over. Release your right hand. Catch outside edge of left thigh. Sit a little lower. Hips pull back and the belly bows forward. Thigh, gentle resistance against the hand allows you to stretch deeper into the left side. Add a little chin tuck. Tuck the chin into the chest. Fill through the back heart, shoulder blades spread, and then peel open. Press the head back into the hand. Reach the elbow up and over. And then release. And just take a pause. Big full inhales. Big exhales. Particular special attention to the feet always while we're learning to create the connection into our glutes and our posterior chain. Pause, root down, little extra press down of that big toe, gentle hook back of the big toe to find the big toe arch. More weight in the front of the foot, even a little baby hover of the heel. Knees narrow to hollow the groins. This allows your pelvic floor to open. You can even take your hands to your butt, widen it up and out to the sides. Now, more weight in the paw, even little hover of the heel, hands to the outside edge of the knees. Now a little push of the paws down and out. Knees push into the hands. Knees stay in line with the ankles. We maintain that isometric push down and out with the feet. Lift the heart. Reach the arms forward. Find a fullness through the upper back, shoulder blades spread. Sweep the hands back into ecstasy. Elbows hug forward, gentle press of the head back into the hand. Open up the throat, open up the belly. Sit low, hips pull back. Lift up, belly stretch. Always keeping the hollows in your ankles, in your knees, and in your groins. Long open belly, rising upwards. Sit low, hips pull back, lift up, arch over to the left. This time opening up through the whole right side. Finding that rise, central channel rising up and then arching over to get into the whole sideline. Hips stay relatively level. Gentle press of the head back into the hand. And then sit a little lower. Hips pull back and the belly bows forward. Catch outside edge of right thigh. The thigh allows a little resistance into the hand so that we can stretch deeper along the right side. Pick up through your right ribs, almost like there's little balloons living in underneath your armpit. Pick them up. Hips stay pulled back. Paws stay rooted, pushing down and out to the side. little chin tuck, fill through back heart, shoulder blades spread, and then peel open, press the head back into the hand, elbow reaches up and over, and then release. Take a little shake. Okay, a couple of standing poses. Hands at the hips to start. Transfer the weight to the left foot, hover the right heel. Just tiniest little hover, less is more. We want more of our paw on the mat. Little gentle bend into the knees, open up the belly, lift the chin. Right paw digs forward like that. Dig down, drag forward, dig forward. And that allows the hips to glide back. That sets your alignment up. Drag back, engages the whole back line of the leg. You can even keep the paw on the ground, just like drag, dig, drag, dig, drag. Engaging into the glutes. Once you've got that drag, I want you to engage the foot with a hero foot. Hold it here. Little hinge at the hips to take the torso forward. Soften the belly, lift the chin. Bring hands into globe. Elbows push forward, chin is lifted. Cool. Up and down. Couple of pulses here. Root down through your left toes, hamstring curl, right heel towards the bum. Belly stays long. And then find some stillness. Rehinge at the hips and take your right knee forward. Cross the ankle over top of your thigh. Right knee stays more narrow, allows space for the groins to hollow. Sit down and glide the hips back. Right foot faces straight down to the mat in a heroed ankle. Bring two seats forward, find a fullness through the upper back, and then place them either to the top of the thighs or sit a little lower. Hips pull back more, one hand to the knee, one hand to the ankle. Arms push straight, open up the belly, lift the chin. One more full inhale, sit a little lower. Exhale, cross right leg all the way over. Right toes land half a foot ahead of the left. Squish the knees together. Sit into a seat. Hips glide back, soften open the belly. Right paw landed here, hovered heel. The paw digs down and drags back, engages into your right butt. Reach the arms forward, find a fullness through your upper back, little side to side motion to find more space. And then sweep the hands back into ecstasy. Right away, gentle press of the head back into the hand, elbows pull forward. Find a pulse, sit the hips back and low, keep them down here, forearms lift up, belly stretch. Knees push forward, hips pull back, belly softens long, lifting up. How much space can you find between the ribs and the hips? Pause, stay rooted, notice your toes, keep them down. One more big lift up, taking it to your edge, maybe leaning it back, knees forward, hips back, open up the belly, hands supporting the head. No leaning the head back like this, keeping it lifted. Chin and sternum always stay the same distance, so supporting our cervical spine. And then release to a neutral spine. Bring two seats forward. Right knee lifts out to the side. That propeller sort of style, again, hero the ankle, hinge at the hips. Couple of pulses. Hamstring curl energy, heel toward the butt. Standing leg always keeps a little bend in the knee. Root down through your toes. Right foot steps back into tribal lunge. Left foot straight face forward. Right foot pivots up to the top right hand corner of the mat. The knee also in line with the foot pointing up to the right corner of the mat, so that when we take a deep squat, the hips glide back and we have very hollowed groins. Left forearm finds a light land to the top of left thigh. Right arm reaches forward. Find a fullness through the upper back and then sweep the hand back into ecstasy. Elbow hugs into the cheek, little pulses. Dig, drag your right paw back, that like racing energy like this. Reach the elbow forward, extend the whole right side, pick up through your left ribs. Little pulses, dig, drag right paw back. Left forearm, super light land, doesn't even need to be there, but we rise up. Find a fullness through the upper, the ribs right underneath your armpits. Gentle press of the head back into the hand. Cool. And then take your eyes, look down. Left forearm, left hand to the top of, just above your left knee. Right hand to your lower back. From here, keep the lower lumbar moving inwards, even taking your hand to your butt and lifting it up, both sides. And then I want you to find a length through your left leg. So a little hamstring stretch. If you need more, you can take your hand down a little lower, but maintaining your lower lumbar moving in, glutes lifting up. Right arm can stretch out to the side. Find a fullness through your back heart, chin is lifted. One more full inhale. Exhale, 2 seeds forward. Little pulse, step forward. Take a little sway from side to side. Step wide, step wide. Deep squat, hips pull back, hands down, domes to the mat. Domes to bright, step back, crouching cat. Hands as wide as the mat, give them a little grip. Elbows, external rotation forward, push the mat away, feel through back heart. Paws root down, heels pull back, extend the posterior chain, hips rise up to the sky, soft belly. Twist your cat to the right. External rotation of the left hand. Twist toes, twist knees to the right. Hips sit back towards the heel. Dome right hand. Left ear to left shoulder, pick up through the right ribs. Couple of bends and extends here. And come back through center. Step the feet together. Push the mat away, feel through back heart. Right ankle crosses over top of left thigh. Come forward, way more forward. Keep pushing the mat away to slowly lower the shin down. Right knee narrows up to the top right hand corner of the mat. Right ankle sits right in front of the left thigh. Take 2 seeds forward. Lower the forearms down to the mat. Starting from the back, right knee narrows up to the top right hand corner of the mat. Right ankle sitting right in front of the left thigh. Left heel finds a hamstring curl energy, heel towards the bum. Knees push down, forward, and out to the side. This sits the hips back even more. Forearms press strong, fill into the upper back, shoulder blades spread. Easy to collapse here like this. So really finding an intentional strength. Push the mat away, fill, broaden through the back heart. Even a little chin tuck here to fill more through the back heart. Lift the chin. Top of the head reaches forward. Elbows energetically push down and pull back towards the knee to feel like your ribs are stretching forward as your hips pull back. Hero this ankle. Both ankles are heroed. Right ankle sitting right in front of left thigh is a heroed ankle, so pressing the top of the foot down, gentle pull back. This ankle holds, trying to get this butt, this glute to engage. One more full inhale. Exhale, fill into the upper back first, and then lift the elbows. Find a couple of pulses. The more you fill into the back heart, the lighter these will become. If we're sinking, these are gonna feel super heavy. So filling, finding that radiance, shoulder blades spread, lift up, walk the hands wide. Tuck your back toes, lift up, crouching cat. Feet walk wide, hands as wide as the mat. Bend into the knees, paws root down. From the paws, we push down and out to the side, heels pull back, glutes lift up towards the sky. Heart is forward, elbows externally rotate forward, push the mat away, fill through back heart, shoulder blades spread. Twisted cat to the left. External rotation of the right hand so that the thumb faces up to, 11-ish. Twist your toes, twist your knees to the left. Hips sit back towards the heel. Right ear drops to right shoulder. Dome left hand. Couple of bends and extends here. Sit back, hips pull back. Belly bows to the left. Right ear to right shoulder, lift up through the left ribs. And come back through center. Feet step together. Push the mat away, fill through back heart. Left ankle crosses over top of right thigh, come forward, push the mat away. Slowly lower the shin down to the mat. Left ankle sits right in front of right thigh, heroed ankle. Left knee faces kind of diagonally up towards the left corner of the mat. Take 2 seats forward, lower the forearms down. So starting at the back, hamstring curl, right heel towards the bum. Trying to get that engagement into your right glute. Knees push forward, down, and out to the side. This feels like it sends the hips back, more hollows in your groins. Forearms press nice and strong down into the mat. Fill into the upper back. Shoulder blades spread, even a little chin tuck here to feel more. Can you keep the fullness in your upper back and soften your belly? Lower lumbar moves in. Final action, elbows energetically pull back towards the knees to feel like you're stretching your ribs forward as the hips pull back. Top of the head reaches forward, the chin and sternum stay a nice distance, not looking forward like this, not crouching down like this. Crown, top of the head, just reaching forward. Open neck. One more full inhale. Exhale, find a fullness through back heart. Keep that radiance and then lift the elbows. This should feel light. And then come down and up, and down and up. If it feels heavy, you have lost radiant heart. We need to find that fullness, that like there's balloons underneath of your shoulder blades, lifting you up, lift up. One more. And then replace your seat, hands with right hands. Hands plant nice and strong, give them some grip. Back toes, tuck them up. Step back, crouching cat. Cool, couple of hops. You decide, you can have some hops forward and back, or just hopping on the spot. Hop, hop, hop. Next time you hop all the way forward. Deep squat. Hands to just below the knees or above the knees. Check out your lower back. We want it to move in. From here, hover the heels. Pause, push down and out to the side. Long open belly, lifted chin. Take your legs towards straight. And then lower, little bend, lift up. Take a pause, full inhale. Deep exhale. One more of those. Inhale and exhale. Cool. Pause, root down, hands at the hips. More weight in the front of the foot, less in the heel, light heels. Knees push forward, the hips go back, we open up the belly. So always thinking about our hollows. We want one in here, one back here, so we've got these little winglings, and in our groins. That means the knees are going forward, energetically lifting up and out. The hips are moving back, butt is lifting like a V, up and out wide. Hands at the hips. Transfer the weight to the right foot. Little baby hover, tiniest hover of the left heel. Dig the paw forward to send the hips back. Drag the paw back to engage the back line of the leg, even holding the foot attached to the ground as you play with the drag back, noticing how it engages into the glutes. The whole posterior chain activates. Cool. And then drag, hold the engagement with a heroed ankle, that inner squinch of the ankle, soft top paw. Hinge at the hips, take the torso forward just a little bit, but keep your left knee more forward. Hips go back, even taking the hands to the butt, lifting it up and wide. Hands meet into globe, fingers are soft, but the energy is strong. Elbows push forward, chin is lifted. Find a couple of pulses up and down. Root down through the right toes, in particular the big one. Standing leg keeps a little bend all the time. Open up the belly. Hamstring curl energy, left heel to the butt. And then find some stillness. Rehinge at the hips, take the torso high. Cross your left ankle over top of your right thigh. Keep your left knee more narrow to start. This allows you to sit down into a seat and glide the hips back with ease. Left foot, heroed ankle, and face it down to the ground, little fiesta foot. Hips pull back, open up the belly, take 2 seeds forward, find a fullness through the upper back, and then bring your seeds either to the top of the thighs, or one to the knee and one to the ankle. Arms push straight, open up the belly, lift the chin. Root down through the right toes. Awesome. Sit a little lower, hips pull back, belly bows forward, lifted chin. Cross left leg all the way over. Left leg lands half a foot ahead of the right. Squish the knees together, sit into a seat. Hips glide back, open up the belly. Heart is lifted, ribs expanding all sides, imagining hands. Breathe into them. Bring your 2 seeds forward, find a fullness through the back heart, and then sweep the hands back into ecstasy. Thumbs to the occipital lobe, hands on either side of the skull, elbows hug forward. Sit low, hips pull back, root the paws, lift up, belly stretch. Trying to find the max distance, ribs between the hips. You can almost imagine somebody holding your hips down here as you then begin to stretch the ribs up and away. Thinking about keeping that fullness through the rib cage, all sides open and expanding. How much space can you find in your spine? Knees push forward, hips pull back. Left paw digs down and drags back, keeps engagement into your left butt. One more little pulse, sit low, hips back, lift up. Find full capacity rise, taking it maybe into a little back bend if you want. But any crunchiness you've gone too far, lift up more. Knees forward, hips back, bow the belly. Hands there supporting the head. No crunching the cervical spine. And then come back, neutral space. Left knee, arms stretch forward. Left knee lifts back up into that propeller shape. Little pulses up and down. Just while we take our foot back into a tribal lunge, left paw, light land. Right foot faces straight forward. Left foot pivots up to the top left-hand corner of the mat. The stance is short so that we can bend our knees a lot. Glide our hips back. Right forearm, light land to the top of right thigh. Left arm stretches forward, find a fullness through your back, and then sweep the hand back into ecstasy. From here, drag your left paw back, that energy like you're taking off for a race. Reach the elbow forward and pick up through your left ribs. Couple of pulses, hips pull back, belly bows to the left. Paws stay rooted. Big toe in particular, pay attention to the toes. They always want to twinkle, they always want to lift. Lift up through the left ribs. Gentle press of the head back into the hand. Open up the throat, open up the belly. Cool. One more stretch. And then take your eyes, look down. Right hand catches just above your right knee. Left hand to your lower back. So we want to keep our lower lumbar moving in. You can even take your hand to your butt and lift it up. From here, finding a hamstring stretch through the right leg while maintaining lower lumbar intact, moving in. Left paw continues to dig down and back. Lengthening through this whole right leg, keeping a gentle bend in the knee. Left hand can stretch out, find a fullness through your upper back. If you need more, you can walk the hand down just a little. One more full inhale. And exhale. Rebend through your right knee. Take a little pounce and step forward. Find a little sway, side to side. And then let's step wide, step wide. Take a deep squat, glide the hips back, hips pull back and rise up. 2 domes to the mat, step back, crouching cat. Twist your cat to the right, external rotation of the left hand, twist your toes, twist your knees to the right. Hips sit back, left ear to left shoulder, pick up through the right ribs. Think about picking up underneath your left underbutt, this left hip. Lift it up. If we keep it down here, it's going to feel really hard, so we want to pick it up too. Like you're turning yourself into a human rainbow. And then coming back through center, twist your cat to the left. External rotation of the right hand. Twist the toes, twist the knees to the left. Hips sit back. Right ear to right shoulder, lift up through the left ribs. Ear cascades. Ribs lift high. Pick up the underbutt. Paws stay rooted, no twinkle toes. And then drop your right hip down. Reach your right arm long, lie onto your side bow. Just using this as a mindful transition to roll onto the back, head drops off of the bicep, arms up to the sky, shimmy back onto the mat. Catch your knees, freedom pose. So, femurs rooting down into the hip sockets. Lower lumbar stays lifted and the belly stays long and open. Back of the head, gentle press into the mat to lift the chin. Feet can be soft as dangling arms. So the hands cupping the knees and then the knees pulling heavy away. This broadens through our shoulders. You can find a couple of rocks, side to side if that feels nice. And then release your left foot down. Actually, I lie. Release your knees, keep them in the air on a 90 degree. Reach the arms into the sky. Knees move away from you. And you'll notice as soon as you do that, your belly gets tight and your lower lumbar lifts, and this is good. This is what we want. We want our belly to work for us and tone in the fascia, finding those like lines of tension. Arms reach up to the sky, and then you can decide, take them back a little bit. And from here, let's take the heels, little tap down. So slow. And then lift back up. And go down nice and so slow, regrettably slow. Feel your tummy tone. and then lift up. Keep going. Bring the knees up. Take your knees halfway to the right, arms halfway to the left. Less is more. Hamstring curl, heels towards the bum. Here are the ankles. Arms push strong, chin is lifted. Come back up through center. Knees to the left, arms to the right, halfway. Less is more. Belly stays long, toned, chin is lifted. Arms pushing strong, seed hands. Hamstring curl energy, heels towards the glutes. Come back up through center. Knees to the right, arms to the left, halfway. Find a little bicycle. Almost like the heels are dragging back through the stickiest honey. Hamstring curl energy, heels towards the glutes. And chin stays lifted and the throat stays open. And then come back up through center. Knees over to the left, arms to the right, arms strong, chin lifted, little bicycle. Finding a resisted heel, dragging back through sticky, sticky honey. And then come back up through center. Take dome hands beside the ears, elbows up to the sky, chin up bar. From here, I want you to extend one leg long and then bring it back. Extend the other leg long, bring it back, keep going. Fingers can energetically drag back towards the shoulders, creating more resistance in the belly. And then release and catch your knees, freedom pose. Allow the knees to pull heavy, arms go straight, little rock side to side, long belly, lifted chin. Maintaining spinal curves everywhere we go. Release your left foot down, interlace your hands behind your right thigh. From here, paying special attention, it's really easy to get our knee in super close when we drop our lower lumbar down to the mat. Try instead maintaining the natural curvature of our spine and then allowing the thigh to pull heavy into the hand so that the shoulder blades spread, maintaining that space for our thoracic spine. And then from there, lengthening the leg. Hero the ankle, little external rotation, little flare out to the side, fiesta foot. Here I have like jackhammer leg. So finding spinal curves, natural spinal alignment as number one priority, and then going for the little stretch. But this is known as thigh root pose. So we can think more about our femur rooting down into our hip socket than trying to achieve an extreme hamstring stretch. Although I get a pretty good stretch, even with a bent knee. And then release. Take your ankle, cross it to your left thigh. Here we're going to keep this soft. I want you to lift your left knee up to a 90 degree, hero the foot, hero both feet. Hands catch the shin, allow the shin to pull away from you so that the shoulder blades broaden, and then energetically squeeze the thigh back into the ankle. Engagement. Long belly, lifted lower lumbar. Mindful to keep your curves. Chin is lifted, gentle press of the head back into the mat. One more full inhale. Exhale, release your left foot down. Little press of the foot into the mat, pick your bum up, inch it over to the right just a little bit. And then allow for a twist. Right foot falls to the left. Hands can find chin up bar. If that doesn't feel cool, if you'd rather, have hands out into cactus arms. Chin up bar is cool because it allows for you to create all the space in your shoulder blades. So shoulder blades spread in chin-up bar pose, where we keep the elbows ahead of us. Even a little tuck of the like a little touch of the elbows in front of the nose to broaden the shoulder blades more. Engage your core off to center. Uncross your legs, press your feet into the mat, neutralize the bum, neutralize the spine, lower back down. Lower lumbars lifted, we catch our hands interlaced behind the thigh. Allow the thigh to pull heavy into the hand so the arms go straight. Chin is lifted from this place. Extend the leg up towards the sky. Hero the ankle, so that little inner ankle squinch, soft top of the foot. Notice your toes, can you soften them? And then maybe little fiesta flare out to the side, that external rotation of the foot. Thinking about your heel, energetically pulling up, pushing up towards the sky. Maintain your lower lumbar lifted, chin lifted, belly open. And then cross your ankle over top of your right thigh. Keeping this a little bit soft and different, catch your hands to the shin, lower lumbar stays lifted. Right knee on a 90-degree, hero the ankles. Allow the shin to pull heavy away from you so that the shoulder blades spread, arms pull straight, and then energetically push the right knee back into your ankle. And then release your right foot down. Press your foot into the mat, lift your bum just a little bit, inch it over to the left, drop it back down. Take your left foot over to the right, gentle twist. Hands can find chin-up bar or cactus arms. Chin is lifted, belly's long. Engage your core, lift up to center, uncross your legs, and press your feet into the mat, lift the bum, neutralize the spine, catch your knees, freedom pose. Little rock side to side, knees pulling heavy away. And then take a rest, extend the legs long. Hands to the bum, untuck it. Spread the cheeks to lie a little bit more lovely. Arms can wrap around, grab for opposite shoulders, spread the shoulders. Give your thoracic spine all the space to find its full capacity curve. And then arms can splay out to the side, gentle press of the head back into the mat, lift the chin, open the throat. Little heel rocks sometimes feel nice. And then just taking a big full inhale and a deep exhale. And finding a few more of those, resting for as long as you need. As you're ready, whenever that is, just tuck the knees into the chest, give yourself a love hug, send all the little cells in your body so much love. And then rock and roll on the spine or roll to a side to press up. Cool, chicos. I think we've been practicing all of those moves, so it's going to feel fierce because it's linked together. If you need to take pauses, take the pauses, and go at your own speed. Rest is always okay. It's a very mindful, super engaged practice. What I'd like you to think about is keeping a long open belly and a lifted chin, fullness in the rib cage, always, always, always thinking about hands on the ribs and expanding outward into the hands so that we're always this lifted, buoyant, rising, full rib cage. Other things I want you to be mindful of is the toes, really starting to put your attention into them. So softening these little guys, and how we do that is by gently pressing down the big toe, finding a gentle dig down and drag back with the big toe to find the first big toe arch. Be mindful of maintaining your hollows in the ankle, in the knee, and in the groin. When we have these hollows, it's ensuring that we have uniform myofascial tone on all sides of our leg, so super important. Grab your butt wherever you want. Smile and laugh because the practice is hard but worth it. I love you. Goodbye.